All right, we back now. We back. All right. Um. So if y'all seen this is supposed to be part two of the weekly analysis for the week of May 26th. Man, we had the first stream. We had the first stream. We had some technical difficulties. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. We had some technical difficulties. We couldn't get the dang charts to come up and stuff. But we got it up now. It is lagging a teeny bit, but hey, at least it's moving now. Um, I was gonna pick up where I left off, but you know what, y'all, we're gonna actually just treat this like the market analysis stream or video all at once. So we're gonna go right back over the earnings and the news for the week, but we're gonna do a pretty quick crash course of it, kind of. So we're gonna run through it a little quick. Um, Yeah, so let's get into it, man. And like I said, this is like basically attempt number two because we had technical difficulties the first time. So, um, give me 1 second. All right, yeah. So let's go back into it. Let's go back into it. Um, yeah. So this is the week of May 26th. Um, as y'all know, the 26th in the U.S. is a holiday. It's Memorial Day, so the stock market will be closed. Um, Futures is open currently. Today is Sunday the 25th. It's open currently. I think futures close at noon on the 26th. So you got pretty much like half day on futures, and then open right back up at the normal time. I think it's 5:30 or so in the evening. But yeah, so tomorrow, as y'all can see right here, Monday is Memorial Day, so the markets will be closed. The markets will be closed. Um, and then as y'all can see, it says Sunday we have Powell speaking. I didn't get to see what he was talking about, so I'm not sure what he may said that may have the market moving a certain way or so. But we do expect, since Monday is closed, whatever he said on Sunday, we may see the effects on Tuesday. So be careful on Tuesday out the open if we see a huge push up or a huge push down. Or even we may see it in the pre-market. It may not even affect us by the time the regular stock market open. Um, so just be aware though, because the market has to display reaction of whatever Powell said. And if the market is closed on Monday for the holiday, the next day is Tuesday. So be cautious of that. Um, for the week, Tuesday we got durable goods and consumer confidence. Those are the main two things. Both of them is before 10 a.m. So we basically got 7:39 a.m. on Monday. I mean Tuesday to check out. We do got some FOMC speakers, but they're not Powell, so I'm not too worried. But you never know, man. So all throughout the day we got some type of news. But the major two is those two at the 7:30 and 9 a.m. marks. Wednesday we got FOMC meetings, so that's pretty much the only thing on Wednesday we checking out is this FOMC meeting, man. That's gonna probably either cause a continuation or reversal for this week. So we need to be checking out. That's at 1 p.m. um on Wednesday. Thursday we got GDP, jobless claims, and crude oil. Crude oil pretty much everything week. So we not too worried about crude oil, but GDP and jobless claim, which is both at 7:30. So really be checking out for that morning. Might see some nice movements in the morning on Thursday. And like I said, we do got members speaking throughout the day. So all this week we got members speaking throughout the day. And I think it's just because like the tariffs, I think they were saying like Europe and stuff, 50% tariff they was trying to see or something like that. And then like the interest rates and stuff. So that's probably why you got so many dang meetings. And also, this is the last Friday of this month, and it's the last, couple days of the month. So, last trading week of the month. So, be careful of that. Also, like, That last week of the month usually be, hey, the market, if it's not already where it needs to be at certain levels, it's gonna hurry up and try to get to those levels before the month close. Um, so we might see a real nice. It's probably gonna be real volatile this week, man. Y'all check out. I mean, y'all watch out. For that. Friday we got 7:30. We got PCE. 8:45 PMI, and then the rest of the day is just regular news. Um, yeah, so we pretty much got jam-packed week this whole week. Like I told y'all, I pretty much kind of can see it either going one or two ways. We either get good news back to back on certain days that end up making us move up, or good news that can be bad back to back days that make us keep going down, or that's one direct. That's one set. I know I said up or down, but that's still just one. Like it just continue in certain directions. Or we can see like say Monday, Tuesday come out, we get good news. Wednesday bad news, so we push it back. Then say we get bad news and good news, and then just pretty much we just go sideways this whole week, even though we got heavy news. Like we don't really go nowhere. So I think it can go one. It only can go one or two ways, man. It either can go up, down, like in a direction for a continuation, or it can just go sideways. So yeah, so that's what we see. All right, for the earnings, and y'all bear with me. I know it's kind of hard to see on here just because it may be a little bit blurry. Let me see, yeah, it may be a little bit blurry, and I can't really zoom in on it on the computer. I usually look at it on the phone, but I remember the major ones I'm looking for. Of course, Monday we can't do nothing with none of those earnings that's coming because the stock market is closed. But Tuesday we got Box, and then we had AutoZone. AutoZone is in the pre-market, Boston's in the aftermarket for Tuesday. Those are the main two I was checking out. Um, Wednesday we got Dix. I think this was Abercrombie and Finch, and then we got Nvidia in the aftermarket. So really the major on this is Dix and Nvidia. And then we also got Macy in the pre-market too. So if y'all want to check that out. But Nvidia is that main thing that I'm watching for Wednesday. Um, Thursday we got Foot Locker, Best Buy, Burlington. Um, those the pre-market main ones, and then aftermarket. This is what I kind of like a little bit better. Is Costco, Dell, and Ulta, and Gap. So we got to check out all. There's a couple of them on aftermarket for Thursday. It's pretty good. Really, the main ones I'm checking out for is Dell, Costco, and maybe Foot Locker and Best Buy. Friday we really don't got nothing, honestly, besides Shoe Carnival right there. But oh, then we got C3 AI. I just noticed that. Where was it? But we got C3 AI also this week, so that's gonna be nice to check out. So yeah, so those are earnings. That's the news. Now let's get into the charts. Hopefully this thing don't be lagging too bad. All right, we good. I think we good. All right. Now let's go head over to SPY. Over to SPY. Okay, don't lag up too bad, man. Don't lag up too bad. All right, we at SPY. Let's remove all drawings. We just like removing stuff. Start fresh. Um, delete, 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 delete. Okay. So now let's see. First, I want to go to the monthly, just because since we're on the last week of the month, I want to see what the market is potentially trying to do. All right, so if we sit here and look at this monthly chart on SPY, of course we see this that we're what bullish overall. Y'all see that? We're bullish overall. I like putting it on the points, so I'm put it right there. We're bullish overall, but I do see a lot of space to come back to this trend line. So that's something to be, what I'm saying, cautious of. But on the most recent spots of the downtrend, like the most recent candles, we're what bearish. The reason why we're bearish is because we, I say we're showing signs of being bearish. Like we ain't fully switched to the downtrend just because. I need my second set of a lower high. Because we had a high here, right? We did, boom, make a lower low. Y'all see that? We made our lower low. Boom. If we close green here, boom, this potentially can be our what? Second lower high, because it's the first high. Then this can be our lower high right here. Or I say second lower high, but second high, I guess you can say, but it's lower. So our first lower high, I guess you can say. But if this be green here, we potentially can be setting up for that next lower high to come. But we had to push all the way down here, you know what I'm saying, to fully confirm, okay, downtrend. Because we have a high, low, lower high, then boom, come down here, lower low. Um, really, honestly, y'all, yes, we did, you know what I'm saying, start signs of this downtrend, but it's kind of hard for me to want to be short for the next coming month just because that's a huge drop. Like, we're at 81 or 79. We're at 79. To get all the way down here, I know it ain't gonna do it all in 1 month, but we gonna need like boom, like we gonna need some. It probably gonna take about 3-4 months just to get down here. Um, I mean, it could do it in 1 month, but it's just so much. It's just so much space. Like it's like ah, I just don't see the market just flushing like that, honestly. But you never know. I mean, what we see right now, we seeing a downtrend, so we gotta kind of follow that downtrend until what we make a higher high. So that's what I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of looking forward to is for us to, I'd rather for us to go ahead and make this high because it's kind of like if we do drop at any point, it's just so much space that at any point it can reverse and come back up. Where this is already close to achievable to go take. To where if we take this high, I know for a fact, hey, we're still in the uptrend. Where if we just come still keep dropping some, I can't really technically say, oh yeah, we in a downtrend until we break this low all the way down here. So at any moment, it got all this space to flip on us to go back up. So um yeah, but based off of this, it kind of look like we make it setting up for this new lower high. If we can close on the monthly, if we can close above this fair value gap though, then we close above this fair value gap, we potentially can boom close above. We can like find our new lower high up in here, like above the fair value gap. I mean not lower high, my bad. I'm sorry. If we break above this fair value gap, we can have it. This be one high, right? If we can stay above the fair value gap and make a low, we potentially can make a higher, our new higher low, and then boom, if we break that previous month high, then it'll be a higher high, and we potentially be coming up to get these highs. So we got we got many different ways that this market can go, but really, if I want to be bullish, I kind of wanted to close above this fair value gap, honestly. I don't want it closing in here just because I would think it's gonna fill this fair value gap, which will take it down to 66. Um, but I mean, it's fine. It's whatever we do, whatever the market gives us, it's completely fine. But one thing we do know, we see a green candle right now, and there's no telling by the end of the week it might be red. But right now we see green candle. That's showing signs of a high getting make. Either if it's a lower high finna come, or if it's a higher high finna it's setting up for the new higher high. We just know it's a sign of a high getting made. All right, so let's go to the weekly. We go to the weekly. Let's remove these draws again. All right. Going to the weekly, what we see? So the monthly, we're what? Right now, we're currently bearish just because we made that new lower low. So we're currently bearish on this like first half of it. Um, and like I said, we did make this new low. So like I said, we made a lower low. We're looking for what? A lower high. So it got to stay below this 611. It got to stay below here. And as long as we get a red monthly candle coming after, we should be coming back down to get test these lows. So like I said, we're bearish right now unless we come take this high at 611. All right, for the weekly, as y'all can tell, the weekly giving us mixed signals. Because what we're doing on the weekly, we're currently what? In an uptrend. We just broke a downtrend lower high. We just broke it right now currently. We end up making this higher high. The low that we can't beat to keep this uptrend going is all the way down here. So it got a lot of space. It got a lot of space to come down. This is the last low that we can't beat to keep this uptrend valid right now. Preferably you don't even want it to come back within this range. I say I really don't. Me personally, I wouldn't want it to come back below here. This 577 and 570. I don't want to really close. I really don't want to see weekly closure below 570. Honestly, just because that closure below, we can get a retest, then break this current uptrend to come all the way down here and test this low. So we gotta kind of be careful, man. We gotta be careful because we do got what, a red candle. What red candle mean? After we made a higher high, what's supposed to go next? A higher low. Red candle is showing what we're looking for our low. Either if it's gonna be a higher low to be higher than this, or is it gonna be a lower low and break past here? So either way, we know red means what? Down. So it's gonna be our low. It's gonna just looking for our low. But once we break above here, once we break above this high, all bets are off. We're in the uptrend. We're bullish. Now we know we can what? Get in longs. We can get in longs comfortably. Stop loss should be able to sit right at the low of this red, or wherever the lowest point is, before we get up there. I mean, before we break this high. Whatever the lowest point, once we break this high, that's where our stop loss can be. And where we're supposed to aim? We're supposed to aim for the most near, like the nearest high. So it'll be up here, right there. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we break this high, these would be the all-time highs. If we can get a weekly close above, yeah, we just shooting straight up after that because that's continuation. So for the weekly standpoint, like we said, we bullish. We're bullish on the weekly. Yeah, we do got this red candle, so it do mean down. You know what I'm saying? But like, if I'm looking at this overall, it's bullish. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it's bullish right now. It do have this bearish structure that it need to break, but like we said, once it breaks this right here, we got no more bearish sentiment. It's all bullish. So this is our last hope and chance to stay bearish. If we don't get this rejection up here, if we just take this high out, it's pretty much over with. This is getting taken. Once we take this high, this is getting taken for sure. It pretty much killed this whole bearish setup. So literally, they really need that rejection this week, or I ain't gonna say this week, but we need it within, because this is this week. Well, we need it within these next 2 to 3 weeks. We need to be either up here by then or all broke the trend, the uptrend by now. Within 2 or 3 weeks. So they don't have that much time left, man. They don't have that much time left. Um, yeah. So like we said, we're looking to see if this potentially gonna be the new lower high. I mean, here, look, I keep higher low. My bad. This potentially could be the new higher low. Um, but it only gonna be valid once it breaks this high. So if you want to be patient, if you're trading just off the weekly, wait until it take this high, then you can boom take them loans, man. Or if you want to go on the lower time frame and get in some loans, but it's just risky until it finally shows you this is that higher low, because look how far the last higher low we had is all the way down here. That's just it's just too risky until you know for a fact. I'd rather wait until I know for a fact. Boom, we make a new high. Now I can set it below that. So you really need that 95 to get broken. 595, that's what you're looking for to get broken on a weekly. To let you be straight bullish, take it from 595, you should be comfortable with going up to that 611, 612 mark. Bearish wise, like I said, when we can close below this 570, maybe see a retest, then drop, or we may just see it just straight drop. And they gotta come all the way down to first is fair. We'll say this, is this even a fair? Nah, I can't even. Let me see. This how we figure out, because I'm not finna squint my eyes. No, that's not a fair value. So first we'll look for, once it closes and either retest or just drop under 570, we're looking for 544 first, or basically 545 first. Then we're looking for 525. Then we're looking for that ultimately 508 to get taken out to create a new lower low. So it's a lot of room to the downside, but it's just like I said, at any moment it can come to this 545, bounce, switch back bullish, and then go take the highs out. It can come down to this 525, bounce, and turn back bullish, take the highs out. So it's that's why for me I prefer for it just to go ahead and go up. You know what I'm saying? Because I know once we take 95, I know for a fact we're going to 611, 612. So it just depends on, you know what I'm saying? I just feel more comfortable still following the bullish just because it's overall we're bullish like this, man. And I just really don't want to fight against that trend, man. So let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So the main watches for the weekly is if we can get above 595 or if we can get below 570. That's the main. And then, like I said, based on that news we got, it don't have to do it within this week. I told y'all we got 2 to 3 weeks, so you got to do it by. So this week honestly can be an inside week. It can be choppy. We can sit here and just go sideways this week until we finally come touch this trend line on Monday, June 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, this is June 2nd week. If it don't go ahead and push now, either direction, that June 2nd week and the June 9th week, it's going to make a decision because it can't just keep going sideways. Well, I mean, it can keep going sideways, but it's finna touch a major trend line that flipped us to bullish when we was bearish. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a huge reaction once it touches the trend line again. All right, and I know I probably said a lot, but you know what, y'all? We trying to get educated with this stuff, so we need to learn. We need to hear all the information we can, and y'all feel free to comment down below what y'all thinking about the market too. But yeah, so okay, let's go to the next time frame. So like we said, weekly and daily, these the main spots we're looking for. Weekly and daily is at 95 and at 70. All right. So monthly was bearish, weekly was bullish. Daily, let's look at the daily. Daily we are what? I can delete this. Do I want to delete this? This was the weekly trend line, wasn't it, y'all? Yeah, I'm gonna delete the weekly trend line. I'll delete it. It's fine. Or no, you know what? I want to keep the weekly. Keep the weekly trend line for right now. All right, and I'm gonna label it weekly trend line. Put week trend. All right. Dang, them words, man. Hold up now. That's too big. We need to shrink that. Come on, where's settings? Shrink this text, please. 8. All right, there we go. All right, now what were we saying? Oh, daily. On the daily, we're looking bullish still. Yes, we did. I say this. We started potentially a bearish um trend because we what made a lower low. Y'all see that? Made that lower low. We got our highs, and they both lower than its first high. So hey, and it's still going down even though we got green candles. We got our highs. All we need now is what, a red candle to come. Uh, Once that red candle come, where are we looking for the market to go? This is if we want to stay, in a bearish sentiment. Um, Say since it closed up here, just say the market closed red here. Your first target is, of course, what? This low, which is nothing. That ain't no type of, I mean, it ain't really that much of a target if we turn red within here. You got this low at, what's that? 575.60. That's your first target. Your second target will be um right here at this low at 562.76. That's your second target. So if we can close below this low, your second target, well, actually, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Your second target is this gap at 570. That's your second target. That's target 2. Target 3 is this 562.76. So let's mark those up real quick. If we're trying to go down, and honestly, I don't have to mark this one up yet just because we don't have a red candle. Yeah, I'm talking about once we get a red candle, then that's when your target to be at, if this low is still the lowest point. So I don't actually have to mark that one yet. Or we can mark it, we're just gonna make it a light pink in case the market doesn't go lower yet. But this is your real targets right here. That's target. If we're still staying in the downtrend, these are your targets. All right, these are your 3 targets if we're still in the downtrend and if we close above this line. So actually, I'm gonna remove it because I just don't want to get y'all confused. But y'all know this last low, whatever the last low you had, the most recent low, that's gonna be your first target always. Um, so if we're looking to the downside, these are the next 2 targets after we take this low. 70, like I said, 70, 31, and 62.76. All right. If we're looking at this overall though, like we said, we're what, in an uptrend, right? Well, if we're in an uptrend, our last low that we had was right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the last low that we did that we can't let get beat out. Then it'll be down here. This will be the next low. Um so if this is the last low we had, we need a reversal to happen before it gets down here if we want to stay in the uptrend. So a reversal has to happen within this range. You know what I'm saying? So we need to see some green candles in order for a reversal. If we going down, 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 we need to see what? Green to push it to go back up, up, up. Well, what we're seeing now, we're seeing green, green. Even though they're going down, it's still green candles. So that's showing what? Potential to push back up. We might see this reversal coming now. Like we said, we can see the reversal off of this gap. Because y'all see, we pushed in the gap, closed above the gap. That should be moving up. We can either just move straight up, or we can reject, retest, and then pop up. Yeah, so that's one scenario. On the left side, on the daily, let's make sure we don't have any fair value gap. We do got this fair value gap up here to watch out for on a daily. We do have this fair value gap. And I believe we had one more that was right here. It's real. This one real tight though. This one is a tight one. But it's still one. We don't have no daily candle closes inside. Alright. So we got 2 daily fair value gaps. The for upside trade, our targets will be, of course, this high first. And it's right there on what that was, our weekly. Yeah, that was our weekly. So actually, let me undo. We'll change this to green. But we're gonna label it weekly high, just so we know. Weekly high T target. Yeah, I'm putting TG1. So that's target 1. That's our first target, man. That's our first target. Is weekly high at 595.54. The next target, if we're bullish, will be, let's see, we had high, low, high. We made a new low right here. This target right here. This high is the next target, which is 597.78. And then so forth, so on. Like we said, the bottom of the fair value gap is always our next target. Top of the fair value gap, and then the highs at 611. All right. So those are all our targets if we're bullish. So we got targets down below. We got targets up high. But right now we're what? Bearish, or starting bearish. Starting bearish trend. We're bearish, but we're not fully in the bearish trend. I'll say that. Yeah. So we made our lower lows. You see that? We made our lower lows. But now we just need our lower high. That's all we need, man. We just need a lower high to be set. Um what else I want to say? And it's the thing. This is where they'll trick you at, because what? We got our lower lows, right? We closed red. We made this high. Y'all see that? We made this high. But with this high, we did make what? Another lower low. But we made this high. Then we made another green candle, which is lower. So it's supposed to be this high. Supposed to be on what? Lower high. But I don't like counting it until, well, I get a red candle. I gotta get a red candle first. Because these is not solidifying until I get a red candle and break that low. Even though we broke this low, you know what I'm saying? I don't count it because it was green. I need a red candle to come in the mix and then go break the low to solidify my levels. So me, in my eyes, this is how I look at it. I still just see this as one big red candle right now. Well, I see this as one big red candle. I just see this as a green candle. This is just a green candle, and even though we're going lower, I still just see it as a one big green candle. So it's, to me, it's just like we got a low and we didn't find our lower high yet. We just still making a high. Um, but yeah, so right now what we're looking for on a daily, honestly, we got this green candle. I told y'all, me personally, I'm looking to be bullish until we break close below this 70. Close below the 70, then I'm like, okay, now we can't be bullish really, because the market might be switching. So I'm looking for potential reversals here in this area above 70. So 70 and up, I'm looking for a reversal to go back to these highs. Like I said, we got green candles. That means going up. So this is showing us signs to go up. We just tapped inside this gap and closed above, so this can be continuation. We're looking for either just keep moving up and eventually go up to that high, or we looking for, here go that magnet get on my nerves. Or we looking for, we broke out, retest, then go up. You know what I'm saying? And like I told y'all, we could have a sideways week, so we can see this. We can see broke out, retest, come up again, come down again, then eventually go up. Like we can see it just going straight sideways to come to this trend line, which it's not touching until the end of the week, the 30th. So we can see it just going sideways until it gets there. But since we got a green daily candle, I'm looking to go up right now. I'm looking to go up until we get a closure inside here or a closure below here. I'm looking to go up. We don't have any close by fair value gaps, so the only fair value gaps we got is up here. So we should be safe. We do got this fair value gap down here. Let's see if we want to mark that. We do got this one. We got this fair value gap, so we can mark that one up. Market could come down, reject all this fair value gap, and then go back up. And this might be where we can see our reversal. So if I'm bullish on the weekly, and I'm thinking we're just making our higher low, until we break below 70, and I'm bullish on the daily. What I'm supposed to do on my lower time frames, y'all? I'm supposed to look for market structure shift. I gotta see signs of reversal. So if I go down to this 4 hour, y'all, what do we see? We see bearish. We see bearish. If I want to go bullish, what do I need the market to do? I needed to switch bullish. I need to switch bullish. So what's gonna make us see switch like what? Dang, my bad. I'm so sorry, y'all. Tongue twisted, trying to talk too fast. What will make us see bullish sentiment in the market? Is what? If we're constantly being in a downtrend, we need what? Downtrend consists of lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We need a higher high to get made somewhere. So that's all we looking for this week is where we see a high high gets printed, we potentially can see uh our reversal because that's gonna be market structure shift. Then once we make that high, all we need is what? A higher low, and then boom, make that high it's confirmed uptrend. So right now we seeing higher low. We seeing lower highs and lower lows. Yeah, I swear it's getting late for me, y'all. I don't be up this late for real. But we seeing lower highs and lower lows. So all we need to see is a higher high to get printed for us to be like, okay, this might be our reversal point to go to the upside. And if we don't ever see that happen, you know what I'm saying? It's just still downtrend. We gonna just follow the downtrend, let it do what it do. Once it breaks 70, now we boom looking to get in shorts and stuff. Um, yeah. So if we looking at this most recent area, we got this is our potential lower high. We got to make a what? Lower low. But if we get a red candle here, then we flip green, and then we beat this high, then that bottom of that red will be our stop loss. And then if we close above this green, we get in longs. If we don't close above it, don't get in longs yet. It just made the high because it can still come back down. But if we close above, get in them longs, look for it to come take out this high first at 86, 586. So say if you got in right here at 81, you look for 86 to get taken out first. Your stop loss is at this bottom is red. So if you got in at 81.80, your stop loss would be at what's the bottom of this? Like 578.25. And your target would be 586.60. So this is what it'll look like if you got in once we closed above there. Stop loss there. First target is here. Because we want to see what? Continuation. We want to see it break it, close above, preferably to just so we know it's just straight continuing. But if it break the high and come back down, that just means hey, it's gonna look for a new higher low somewhere. As long as it don't come all the way back down here. Because it can just come down, then go back up. But that'll be our first target. That's a 1.3. Then our second target will be up here at 92. And then where that third target will be at? That 95. And once we, like I told y'all, if we get a daily close above 95, I think that's it. I think we're going straight to them 611s and stuff. Like, yeah, we do see the fair value gap, but I think we're going straight to them all-time highs. Once we get, was it, did I say daily or weekly? I think it was weekly. Once we get a weekly candle close above it, that's what I meant. Daily candle close above it, I just think we're going to at least get up to the 600 level. But weekly close above, I see us going to 611. All right. That's what we're looking for. Um, all we do is just go to that lower time frame, look for that market structure shift. And like we said, it could come down here, come to this fair value gap at 73, and then that might be where we see some chopping, then switch. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the only thing we're looking for on SPY, y'all. That's our main plan for this week. We're looking to go long. Like I said, not until we break 70, then we ready to go short. Once we going short, broke below 70, we're looking for 62 first. And then after 62, what was it? After 62, we looking for this right here, 50. What's that? 556 is the next level we're looking for. So we either need this $9 drop for us to go shorts, or we need some type of reversal to come for us to go long, to go all the way back up to 95. All right, so that's what we're looking for this week, y'all. That's literally all we're looking for this week on SPY. So let's jump into some of these stocks. Let's check out Meta. We're gonna check out my favorites. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go. This is what we're gonna do something a little different, y'all. We're going to check out some of these, at least the ones that I'm kind of want to look at for these earnings. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So I know NVIDIA for a fact I want to check out. I don't even trade NVIDIA that much, but I know it's gonna have some huge impact on this market. So we look at NVIDIA monthly. NVIDIA monthly, man. Let's mark out the high. Let's mark out the last low we had. That's still valid. So we did make that. We made a lower low. So if we want to stay in the downtrend, we can't beat out this high at 153. If we beat that high at 153, it's not a downtrend. It just made a new low. And honestly, we break this high. We can break this high and it still can be a downtrend. It's once we break this high at 53, that's when it's not a downtrend for sure. So on the monthly, these are your first two targets, though. Well, actually, no, this one ain't even your target. My bad, y'all, cause this was a low, this was our next low. Then our next low wasn't until we didn't even get another low, so it was this low once it swept that low. So yeah, that's not even a target. It's just these. That's the target right there, 53. If we close green on this weekly, this monthly, that tells us we're what still supposed to go up. But you don't really want to just jump in loans. If the best thing that you could have did to get in the loans was to get in once it swept this low right here and failed to close above below, you instantly boom. In my head, what we think? We didn't close below a low. We're looking for what new lower high. So we should be going up, especially when it turned green. And what happened? It turned green, and we didn't close below this low. You supposed to get on some loans. And yeah, so that's what happened. It turned green, but we need to push above this 53 to completely tell us bullish. And if we close above on the monthly, that's a continuation. So it's just gonna keep moving up. If we just wick above and come to close back below though, then we can come back down, you know what I'm saying, and find a what? Because that'll be a higher high. We can find a what? A higher low somewhere. But currently where it's at, you gotta say bullish just because it's green. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay bullish right now until we give us a red monthly. Because once we get a red monthly candle, and if we get a red monthly candle and we stay below this, boom, we aiming for this low and then aiming for this low to get taken out. So one red month can kill this whole little momentum to the upside. Just one red candle. That's all we need on the month. Weekly, we just made a higher high right now. We're trying to take this high out. It's the next high we're looking to take out. Right there at 43. High, low. Was this high? I think this high was higher than that high. Yeah, it was a high again. This was a low. Right here is where we cracked and beat that low right there. So this high right here would be. Well, we ain't even worried about the high actually. Boom, boom. Yeah. So all we looking for is 43. on the weekly. 43 is our target. We're looking to stay bullish. We can't what? This is a big old. That's what I'm saying. Just like with SPY, it's a big old. It's a big old. What's the name? A big gap between the last higher low we had. So we gotta be careful. It's a lot of space. A lot of space. It's kind of hard for me to want to go short just because it's so big of a drop. It got to do to even to keep that bearish sentiment. You know what I'm saying? To stay to go bearish again. Because like I said, any moment it can drop. It can drop. I ain't saying it won't. It can't drop. It can drop, but at any moment it can bounce here. It can bounce here. It can bounce here before it even get down there. And it could just switch bullets and take out all the highs. So you gotta be careful if you trying to go short. Um, Me personally, I'm going long off of this stuff just cause not until we go eventually take this out, I might say, okay, I'll go short once we take that low on the weekly. Um, or like I said, or if you can close below this gap, then like I said, you can take shorts. And not for long, you can take shorts just to come right up here. If it can close below it, down to here. If it can close below that, then down there. But I'm not looking for shorts until we close past this gap. Um, but like I said, we just beat this high. We made a higher high where we got a red counter. What that's telling us, a low getting look for. We look for a low, either a high low or a low low. Which is good. So don't be scared if we're in the uptrend. We see red, that's good for us because that's telling us we look for a high low. Um, all we need now is what? This high to get taken out. Once this high get taken out, we know we're bullish. If we close above, we know we're going to 43. You know what I'm saying? So if we weak above and come back below, you know we probably can come back down again. But all we need is this high to get taken. That's all we need. All we need is this 137.40 to get taken, and we're golden. It should be bullish, and we're looking for that high to get taken right there. All right. So in the video, we're bullish, man. We're bullish. I think we'll be bullish on everything, really. We got this chop fist. We got this chop fist right here on the daily. We beat this high right here. Boom, this is a low. So this on the daily, this is a low that we gotta stay above. Cause we beat these highs. We don't have no other low after that. So it's a big space again. Y'all see that? It's a huge drop. But it can happen though. It got earnings. It could push it down to beat this daily low. This is weekly. So let's mark that up really. Put weekly. Weekly low. We don't want no confusion between daily and weekly lines. Weekly low. Then it's a daily low. Daily low. Alright, there we go. And these weekly highs too. One of these weekly highs? Yeah, weekly highs. All these weekly highs. This is technically a daily high too though, but all these are weekly highs. High. I just put weekly high. Same thing here. Weekly high. And then last right here. Weekly high. Alright. What the? Alright. But yeah, like we said, this is the last low. That's a huge drop. That's a huge drop, man. That's a huge drop. So we looking for that reversal to come. You know what I'm saying? We look for that reversal to come. Let's look on the 4 hour, see if it's a closer low we can go to. Alright. We beat this low, so this one invalid. This is the next closest low at 21. But this is on the 4 hour. This is the next closest low we got. So it's still a lot of space. It's still a lot of space for the downside, man. But if we can see some type of reversal from this downtrend, which is this ugly chop fest, but it is in a downtrend. Um, So once we see a higher high, we can potentially go long. This kind of look just like the SPY one, y'all. If it can, we got this red. If we can beat this high, our stop loss will be below this low, or at this low of this red candle, targeting what 34 first. Then after that, we ultimately targeting the highs. Pretty much look the exact same as SPY. And we got this rejection off of what? This fair value gap. This 4-hour fair value gap. But now the only thing, yes, we tapped into the 4-hour fair value gap, but we need what? We need the uptrend to form. We always need, whenever we looking for reversals, we always got to get that level or that zone tap first. That's the first step of it. You let that get tapped first. And we don't care if it didn't tap this zone and it switched to an uptrend, we don't want the trade. We don't want the trade. We want to wait until it taps into a zone and then reverse. So let it go to that level first. Then boom, market structure shift. Now we get in like that every single time, man. Every single time. All right. So we got our tab. All we need now is what? Market structure shift. That's all we need. Because if we don't get the market structure shift, what it can do? It can come tap in again and then do the market structure shift, or it can just come in, close, and clear that whole gap. So we got to have market structure shift. All right. So the video pretty much looked the exact same as SPY. So if I see that set up on SPY, if NVIDIA contract ain't too dang expensive because of earnings, I might get in the video also. All right. What was the other one we said that we really like? Costco. Let's go to Costco. What's that? Is it CO? Costco wholesales. I need to add this to. I actually need to add it to my. Let me add it to my stuff watch list. Oh, it's already on my watch list. Yeah. It's just not on my red. All right, Costco. Hold up, my bad. What we said when the video? Oh, we looking bullish. We got green candle for the monthly on the video. Okay. So I think SPY we was bearish, weren't we? I mean, starting of bear. So it's the same thing as in the video. Yeah, we gonna have a green candle, but it's starting of a bearish. You know what I'm saying? Because we just made a lower low. So it really, honestly, if next month can be red for either one of these, then it's gonna drop us all the way down. If it be a red candle, but green candle, if it's a green candle and it don't break the highs, it's really not doing nothing for us. I mean, yeah, you got still stay going long, but if we don't break the highs on either one of these monthlies and it be green, it really ain't doing nothing for us. It's just stalling. We need that high to get taken. Or like I said, we just need a red candle, then we know to go short. All right, for that month. All right, now let's go back to Costco. Let's go back to Costco. Dang, what? I don't even remember what the COST. That's what it is. All right, Costco. Ooh, Costco on the monthly. I'm feeling a little bullish. I'm feeling a little bullish for Costco, y'all. The only reason why I'm looking at it like and I'm saying ooh is because what I like seeing these what I call order blocks, but whatever y'all want to call it. If we close inside, well, my main thing I always think is what? Go to the other side. We close inside, we going to the other side. And what do I see on Costco? We did not get to the other side yet. So that's telling me, hey, we still got unfinished business. We got to get up to 1047.25. And we're at barely even 10,000. I mean, I'm saying we barely at 1,000. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Unless we can flip red, you know what I'm saying? We flip red and close below 970, then I don't like it. But currently, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Looking good. to keep going up. Off the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, let me look on the monthly, see if we made a lower low. We did make a lower low right here. So this potential can be the lower high. You know what I'm saying? If we just get a red candle, it can wipe us out. But I do see unfinished business, so it kind of may want to say stay, even though it's looking like this. We think we got to get up to 47, man. Even though we just made a lower low. And that's also, yeah, we just made a lower low, so it's fine. I think we get up to 47. And like I said, unless we get a red candle for the monthly, then it can just end all of it. You know, especially if we get a red candle below that 970. Because if we get red candle below 970, I'm telling y'all now, get in shorts, take it down to 860, 865. Yeah, weekly. Bullish. Right now, we're bullish on here. We're bearish overall, but we're bullish right there. You know what I'm saying? We're bullish on this most recent spot. This is our last low. This is our high. We got our red. If we can flip green for the week, then this low of this red should be our stop loss, and we should be aiming for that 47. So that 1,008. If we beat green this week, getting some loans. Say if you at 21, look for your loan to go to 47. And style loss at 08. All right. Like I told you, I think I'm gonna be bearish on majority of this stuff. I mean bullish, my bad. Bullish on majority stuff. On the daily, we got this low. Can't be beat out at 82. So we need some type of reversal happening within here. And it's a fair value gap right here. And we close. That's the scary part though. Look at this, y'all. We close inside the fair value gap. Yeah, we close inside it. But it may be another fair value gap inside here that it can bounce off of. Let's look on the lower time frame. Yep, here we go. 4 hour fair value gap, we can bounce off of it because we don't have a close inside it. Y'all see that? We can be seeing perfectly to bounce right here. On the 4 hour, all we need is what? This high of 1015 to get taken. Once 1015 get taken and a close above, boom. We're looking for 1022. Then we're looking for 1040, then 1047. This is really probably an A plus hold up. We add this. Add this to the red. Come on. Add Costco to my. Come on, I'll do right here then. Costco. This is. I just noticed that, y'all. This might actually be a great trade right here. Watch out for Costco, everybody. Watch out. Watch out for Costco. Because we're currently projecting off of this 4 hour fair value gap. All we need is that 1015 to get taken. 1015 get taken. And a close above on the 4 hour. Oh my goodness. A close above on the 4 hour. That's market structure shift. All we need is what? Well, once we close above, I'm just in longs instantly. Style loss gonna be at 1008. And yeah, style loss at 1008. TP first TP is 22. Second TP is all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? At 40. So we get that close above 2255 or whatever this high is. Basically 2216. We get that close above there. Oh my goodness. Costco might be going crazy. Yeah, I'm liking Costco, honestly. See, that's why it's always good to go over all the charts. Man, I'm liking Costco a lot. Who is next? Who is next? Who is next? Who we looking at next? So let me draw this chart for y'all. Let me draw this just so y'all can see what I was looking at in case y'all needed to know. So this low right here will be our stop. First target is here. Then, of course, I said we close above there. Close above there. We're going up here. It's that ultimate target. We got to see if we can close above it or not. That's gonna be a beautiful trade. We close above it. Oh my goodness. Like I said, we got unfinished business. We got to get up to 47 on the monthly. See that? We got to get to 47 on the monthly. So I like Costco a lot. Um, who else did we say? I think we said Dix. And I think this might be the last one we go over tonight. Um, Dix might be the last one. All right, so for Dix, oh my goodness, everything else I told y'all I might be bullish for everything. Dix, I don't know, but I don't think we're gonna be bullish for Dix, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. Um, yeah, this looks We did make this new lower low. Close to below the lower low. Well, actually, boom, high, low, high, low. We closed below both these lows, man. So I'm thinking Dix going down. I'm bearish on Dix on the monthly. Well, actually, this monthly didn't close. My bad, my bad. I forgot. We got 4 days left on the monthly. But if we close below here, though, I'm bearish on. I'm bearish on it, man. And I'm definitely looking for it to come all the way back down to this 100 on the monthly. Weekly, did we close below the low? I can't even see. I think we at the low. 166.37. 160. Yeah, we didn't get all the way under there yet. We're at it. So this weekly candle for Dix, this week candle is going to take that low. We know that for a fact. It's going to get that 66. We know that 100. That's 100% guaranteed that it should take. Well, I'm gonna say 98 because if for some reason if we just be gapped up here, then it might not take that long. But I'm thinking I'm gonna say 98% we get this low. Now the thing is for this week is we gonna close below the low or is we gonna close above the low? We close below that low, game over. Coming all the way down to 32. Then we coming down to 108, and like I told y'all, we look for that 100 after that. So it can be game over for Dix if we can for this week stay below 166.37. I really only look for them shorts, honestly. Because the only way I'm going long, we literally gotta come all the way back up here on a weekly. Yeah, I just say shorts. That's all I say. Short, short, shorts. This looks rough. And this was a good entry right here. We had this high. We made a lower low. Made our high. As soon as red came, boom, got it shorts. They're gonna take this low at 75. So we would got in 82. It closed below the 75. Once it took it, well, hold on, let's see. No, it actually didn't close below it. It didn't close below it, but it gapped down. So I would have got out right here when it got out at 70. Once it hit 75, I probably would have been out hit TP. But look, the gap came and kept it going. Um, but yeah, we're bearish on Dix. Yeah, bearish on Dix. So Dix, we don't look for them shorts, man. So let's mark out this. We looking for this to potentially be our new lower high. Because this is our high up here. This the high. This potentially is our new lower high. If we can make this new low. Alright. Because this was our lower high. Well, yeah, this was our lower high right here. But then it ended up getting taken out right there. So then target, like we said, target is down here on the weekly. On the daily, the target is, of course, that low first, but then the target is all the way over here. And next target is here. And then here. Alright. Alright. So those are all the targets. If we're trying to be bearish. First target is, of course, that 66.37, I think it was. Then next target is 61.07, 156.20, 145.13, then 133.91. and then all the rest we said later. All right, and I'm gonna end it right here, y'all, because I don't want to have this analysis video too long. But we were able to go over SPY, Nvidia, Costco, and Dix. And SPY bullish, we're bullish this week. Bullish to neutral, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Nvidia, bullish, pretty much same as SPY. Costco is we really like bullish on that. And then Dix bearish. Alright, so I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video, man. And yeah, your boy keeps